everyone, welcome to our Children's Talk. So I have got a question. What is the first thing a teacher does at the beginning of the school day? Well, I don't know about you, but I know in many schools, the teacher takes a roll call. For example, they could call James, Andrew, Tiffany, Aisha, Matthew. And as the teacher calls its child's name, they answer, here. And if the teacher goes on to call Kennedy and Kennedy is absent, the teacher would take out their roll book that may probably look like this and write absent for Kennedy. So why do you think the teacher would mark Kennedy as absent? Well, I think probably so when Kennedy does eventually come to school, the teacher might be able to tell Kennedy what they had missed when they were absent. Well, something really similar happened after Jesus resurrected from the dead. Now, the first Sunday after Jesus had been crucified, some of his disciples were gathered together in a locked room. The room was probably locked because they were afraid of what those who killed Jesus might do to them. So they locked the room and they were gathered together and Jesus appeared. They were really very happy to see him and he blessed them, giving them the Holy Spirit. Now, one of Jesus' disciples, Thomas, was not around. He was absent. We don't know why Thomas was absent. Maybe he was sick, or maybe he just decided to stay at home. But Thomas was absent. And when the other disciples saw Thomas, they told him the exciting news of what happened, that Jesus had been resurrected and that he had been with them. But Thomas did not believe them, which in a way is understandably, because it felt like a very fantastic story. And he said, I will not believe this except I see the wounds on the palm of Jesus, the nail wounds, and I put my fingers into the wounds, and except I'm able to touch the wound at the side of Jesus, only then would I believe. And so the next time Jesus appeared to the disciples, it was very similar as it had happened the first time. They were gathered together again in a locked room and Jesus appeared, and this time Thomas was there and Thomas was able to see Jesus, and I can imagine how surprised and excited he was. And Jesus told Thomas, okay, Thomas, now you have the opportunity to observe the wound on my hands. Blessed is he who sees, who doesn't see, and yet he believes. And so I'm sure Thomas didn't even bother touching the wounds in the hands of Jesus. He eventually believed and he fell on his knees and proclaims, my Lord, my God. And Thomas is known as one of the first people to actually proclaim that Jesus is God. So we're happy that Thomas was able to be present the second time Jesus came. And Thomas went on to do a whole lot of wonderful things. He became a missionary, which means he traveled around proclaiming the good news of the resurrection of Jesus. And he went to India, as far as India. And the first cathedral in Mumbai, India, was named in honor of Thomas. It is called St. Thomas Cathedral. Isn't that wonderful? So we're really glad Thomas was able to be there the second time. And one of the greatest promises that Jesus made was that where 2 or 3 are gathered, I will be there, Jesus said. So when we're gathered together, to worship and praise Jesus, either in person or via Zoom, Jesus is there with us and we receive blessing. And what do you think happens if we're absent? Well, the same thing that happened to Thomas the first time he missed out on Jesus being there. We miss the opportunity to be with Jesus. So my prayer is that we always get the opportunity to gather together to experience the blessing of being with Jesus. Now, thanks for joining us, and God bless you as we continue to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus.